Hey guys, it's Bobby aka Paginator, and we're here today with another junk journal flip through. This I'm calling my Cozy Book Nook journal, and this is actually one of two that I made that are just like this. They both have the same cover and the same digital printables, same selection of scrapbook paper, dyed paper, etc. The embellishments are different in each one. This one is going to be listed in my Etsy shop, and in fact it's already live there. And then the other one I'm not going to be selling. So let's take a look inside. The cover is kind of like a sweater. It's actually a scarf. And then there's a second layer of the cover that's flannel. It's the same flannel that we saw in the hunting junk journal. And then we have this closure with this beautiful gray silky ribbon here. When you open it up, there is a library card pocket that has been coffee dyed with my Page 1 Creation stamp, and there's some pieces of ephemera here, a feather, and a couple of little journaling cards. This piece of paper is craft paper that I sprayed with mica stain, and then I did some inking up on the creases with Distress Oxide, and yeah, I guess I should explain that I crumpled it after I sprayed it with the mica stain and it was dry. I crumpled it and then did the inking on the creases. Anyway, let's zoom in a little bit more just so you can get a nice good look at the pages. So this is called the Cozy Book Nook Journal because a lot of the digital printables especially are to do with reading in cozy places like this super comfy chair or this lovely library. I have some paper that I tea dyed. This was using some tea that I got at Target that was like a pumpkin spice tea. And then when I laid it out to dry, I put it on the mat that I also use for coffee dyeing papers just to air dry. And there was some bits of coffee still on the mat and some seeped through. So you're going to see some dark spots on some of the dyed papers, which I think turned out pretty cool. If you see a book that's, excuse me, if you see a page that's not specifically decorated as a bookish page, then it could be that it's a page from a book. Like this one here is an illustration from an old book. And I added a sentiment, life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. There's also some stenciling behind here in the color Hickory Smoke by Tim Holtz. I used that. And then a little bit of ground espresso, but mostly I stuck to grays to go with the sweater-ish thing on the cover. You're also going to be seeing some dark teals and purples. A little bit of gold here and there. Just there's kind of a mishmash. I think they turned out to work well together, but we'll see what you think. Here we've got a pocket and some more ephemera pieces. These are some pages from an old German book with the old font that they used to use in German books, and I have no idea what this is other than that there's a picture of a train here because I don't speak German, but there you go. And this is just a plain page, plenty of writing space. I did decorate it with a little bit of trim here, kind of a purplish pink color. This pocket has some of this craft paper that's lined. I put quite a bit of this in here just because it's good for writing on. And I also have this little notepad of, I think, 5 or 6 pieces of this, which looks like a library borrowing card. Here's some scrapbook paper with some beautiful gold foiling on it in that dark teal color. And this is some coffee dyed paper that has gold on it. This I got from an Etsy shop, and I think it's just gorgeous. I found this in a book. It was a note on silent reading, and I thought, oh, it goes great with a Book Nook kind of journal. So I did do some stenciling here with ground espresso. And then here is another thing. This came from the same Etsy shop that I got the paper with the gold on it. The Etsy shop is called the Inky Fingers Society. And it is coffee dyed braille paper. And this is a cute tag. It has some Tim Holtz fabric on it and a feather. It says, with brave wings she flies. And this little cute pocket thing here. I had to put one thing in here that was my coffee and bubble dyed paper stuff. I think that's the only bit of this you're going to see in this journal. This is a page in a book that's about books, and I just turned it this way. The person can like paint on it or write over it with a marker or whatever they want. In this pocket, we've got a journaling card and then this cute little folio thing. I put several folios in here because I think they're really cute and handy. Here we've got a belly band, and we've got some of this gorgeous paper with gold stars on it and a little tiny journaling card. Here's the other half of that sideways book page. I just did a little cluster here, and this says copperplate printer, which is like from an old print shop, I guess. They're supposed to look like that. This picture, this girl here, it's hard to tell whether she's reading a letter or what, but it looks like she's reading something. And the sentiment says everything has beauty, and it is a pocket with some of the craft paper tucked inside. Look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? That's where the coffee seeped into the tea-dyed paper. Excuse me. You can never have too much happy, is what it says down here. I just want to look at this piece of paper for a minute more. It's so pretty. Here we've got a little leather side pocket with some craft paper, and I added some butterflies on here. And then we've got this pocket here on top of one of the German pages with some journaling cards. Lots of writing space. And that's the end of the first signature. So we'll go into the second one. I don't know why there's a random fish. We have like books and stuff and flowers and then a fish. Oh well. This spread I really like. It's simple. Lots of writing space here, and then depending on what kind of writing utensils you have, you can definitely you can write on this with like a jelly roll pen or a metallic Sharpie or even just a regular Sharpie. Here we've got another page from a book. This girl is laid back reading, and this says, do what you love what you do. It is on a folio which flips open for writing space, and then some more craft paper inside. This is a scan of a copy of Good Housekeeping magazine that I have, but I wanted to size it down, and this lady's sitting on a desk with a bunch of books behind her, and then she's got a book in her hands, and this is from April of 1916, which I think is pretty cool. And we've got a couple of journaling cards inside of here, so it is a pocket. Here we've got another pocket with some journaling cards inside. Isn't this just gorgeous? Don't we all want like just a chair to sit and read in? I have comfy reading chairs in several rooms in my house. I have a recliner in my living room. I have a rocking chair that came from my grandmother's house in my office, and then a glider rocker that came from my other grandmother's house in my bedroom. This says wishing all you're wishing for. I thought that went nicely with the stars here, like wish upon a star. This is one of my favorite stencils that I have. I don't know why I like it so much, but I just do. There's a cute little envelope with this little cute fairy girl reading a book. Here's another little girl reading a book, and a piece of that library checkout paper and a little butterfly. Now this page has a story, so it is a hidden journaling card. So here is the card. It has this leather and lace topper, and then if you lift up that, you can see there's a girl on horseback and a knight in shining armor, and it looks like they're gonna smooch. Now I had a little bit of struggles with this because I didn't decide to do a hidden journaling card right away, and to do one retrospectively is a little bit tricky. So what happened was I had put an acrylic plate down behind this paper and flipped it over to cut the slot for the hidden journaling card, and I didn't pay attention to the fact that the acrylic plate had some ink on it, and so there's some ink smudges that got on this part. So then I went in and added some more scrapbook paper and lace, and then this sentiment, live each day with grace and authenticity. So the slot doesn't look as nice and clean as it usually does. My sincere apologies. But when we go and slide the card back in and the topper goes over the slot, then you never know. This was a paper that I added onto the back side, and there's some spiders and moons and stuff on here. It came from a pack that was kind of Halloween-ish. So if you're looking at possibly getting this for yourself and you're like, ew, I don't know, like I don't think I like that one page. This paper only shows up here, and I think maybe one other little spot. So you can easily cover that with something else you like. And that goes for the whole thing. You can completely make it your own if you choose to get it. Here's some more Braille paper, another little pocket here with some cute little ephemera bits. Doesn't every book nerd want a library with a spiral staircase and then also metal library ladders that go either all the way around here or all the way around down here or both? Like, just amazing. This is another piece of real vintage ephemera. It's not a scan though this time. This I actually cut out. It was from a magazine from Philadelphia in March 29th, 1914. So I cut the date out and added it here. This girl, she had the dark teal going on, and there's just something about her that I was like, oh, she belongs here. So maybe whoever gets this journal can like invent a story for her, whatever. The sentiment says, live simply, give generously. And then on this side we have some little bits and pieces that are book themed, just for fun, on top of one of these German pages. Here we've got a pocket out of this dark teal paper, and I did a torn edge on there, and some more of this craft paper with some butterfly stickers on it. These little bits are stickers that I've had since I started junk journaling. I got them very early on in the junk journaling process, and I just used some of the gray and some of the purple toned ones to add some more of that color into this junk journal. This purple piece right here is actually from a box that came in an owl crate. So it was part of packaging from there. And then I added some leather, gray leather, and this sentiment here, good things are going to happen. And then on this folio, we have some more gray leather. I can't say words. Purple butterfly, and then some more craft paper tucked in here with a tiny paper clip. Some more gorgeous coffee and tea dyed paper. Like, love it so much. Almost makes me sad that I'm going to be sending this journal somewhere else, because look how pretty this is. Some more of that German book. Has some poetry, obviously. This page had some stenciling in hickory smoke color, and I wanted to play with the gray. And so I found this page from a book and added a little bit of gray scrapbook paper here, and a sentiment says, make a wish. But some of these flowers you can see are in gray tones. And then I also added a tag from the same paper that's here, that's like kind of like gray damask wallpaper kind of stuff. There's some plain dark teal here. Here's a paper bag. Inside, I cut open both ends once it was sewn into the signature. So we've got a journaling card and some craft paper, I think, in both sides. Some more of that trim there. We've got a cute round pocket here. Another tag with Tim Holtz fabric on it. This one, I put some, like a washi sticker instead of a feather on. I think it looks cute. And some more of that craft paper. This person is going to have tons of writing space. All of this stuff I've included, plus all the space within the journal. I mean, look at this page. It's cute, but it also has tons of space to write things down in. Here's the one other instance of that paper that has the spiders on it and stuff. The sentiment here says, own your dream. Sorry, I should get that in frame for you. And another book page here. This one is a bit more wintry. I thought it went with the cozy feel without being like overtly Christmas or anything like that. It's just from an old book, and you could use the back side as well that says Carols in the Cotswolds. This is another book page. It's actually about cats rather than from the German book, but I thought, you know what, I need one more book page. This is fine. And cats and books, you know, they kind of work together. We've got another piece of that braille. And there's a pocket in here with a tiny little notepad of some bookish papers. And then a little decoration here. Lots of writing space here. And this girl is writing in her journal, or maybe she's drawing in it, I don't know. But, you know, goes with the topic. This is kind of aesthetically pleasing to me because we have purple on purple here. But we've got a multi-layered thing. So we've got this piece that's a small braille piece with some scrapbook paper and a butterfly. And then we've got a vellum envelope, and if we look underneath here, there's another feather, and this tag that I made with some Distress Oxide on it, a torn paper thing. I intentionally put the ripped page on the bottom because I wanted to be able to see it when this was closed. And then the envelope is just hooked on with a paper clip, so you can take it right off. This is just a German page that I covered over with some washi tape, and you know, I thought it just kind of looked interesting with the writing going two different ways. Kind of like how people used to write letters in the old days. Did you know this? In order to save paper, they would write this way, and then they'd turn it and write that way. Anyway, inside this envelope is just a nice size journaling card. I believe this is 5x7. Here's another really cute pocket. The sentiment says, ordinary people can do extraordinary things. And we've got a couple of bookish little ephemera bits. You can use them as journaling cards or decorate with them, whatever you want. They don't like to stay very nicely. They always fall when I turn the page. This is another spread that's just very simple, but I think effective. Just one purple dragonfly here, purple over here, and lots of writing space. This one I wanted to do something similar to the last page, but we have this dark teal, and I had this sticker that's like a gown from the 1800s, and it matched this color perfectly, so I was like, yes, let's do that. And I added a sentiment that says, hello, my darling. And here we've got the rest of the paper bag, and if you go like this, there's more dark teal here. So we've got 1, 2, 3 pieces of dark teal. You know what that makes? Not really in a regular triangle, I guess kind of, depending on how you do it. But there's another cute little fairy. This is a boy, and he is reading a book with glasses on his head. More stenciling here, and just a piece of beautiful like washi tape going down the side. More from the German book. More butterflies and dragonflies here, just a little bit of a collage. Bookbinder stuff here. Got a little envelope. Another little fairy boy reading a book, and this little boy reading a book. And at the very end, we have this kind of collage-y bit with this page from a book, and she looks like she's from a Jane Austen novel. I'm not 100% sure what is in her hand. I'm going to choose to believe that it's a book because I'm biased. And this says, come what may. So that brings us to the end of the journal, and it just ties closed with these beautiful ribbons like this. And we've got the flannel and the cozy sweater vibes going on the outside. I'd thought about doing like kind of a Christmassy thing with this, but then I thought, no, we're getting really close to Christmas now. If I list it, someone will get it in time to use it for Christmas if they order it right away, but I don't want to limit them to just that time. So, sorry, my little background fabric's flying everywhere. So we just went with cozy and bookish vibes, because why the heck not? So like I said, this is available in my Etsy shop, unless you see otherwise by the time I get this uploaded. I don't think it will be sold, but if it has, I will put sold in the title. And that's going to be it for this video. So have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.